Hey guys, good afternoon. This is just a quick little follow-up video, part of our closeout end of day reports. You should have been reading through the script on way we do. If you watched the other video that kind of gave a little bit more detailed information, this is one more report that we need to file at the end of the day to be part of our pictures that we take, that we send for our like our accountability end of day report that we send into Slack. So let's go ahead and let's see here. Let me share my screen real quick. You should be becoming familiar with this at this point. If not, you're probably being trained on it at the moment, so it'll all come together shortly. All right, so we're gonna hide my meeting controls there. All right. And now what we want to go into, we're going to go into what they call First Mile. If you're not real familiar with that, First Mile is our credit card processor. So all the information we already got out of Protractor that gives us all our numbers, this is what actually is working in the background. And so we just want to have the report on this as well, again, just to make sure everything jives. Now, I personally happen to have mine. Oh, wait, we got the video box still popping up on us here. I thought we did away with that. Let me see what happened here. Let me disable that. Okay, I'm not sure if you guys are seeing it or not, but anyway, so you're going to either have an icon on your screen that says something about First Mile middleware, or on my particular application here, I have a it's still just giving me issues. Okay. I have a specific folder I just keep everything in. So you'll see here where my folder, I have just, I have a few things listed in here, but my First Mile middleware is what I'm looking for. Again, depending on where it's on your system, you'll be trained in this. If we have to find it for you, not a problem. So what we're going to do here, once we open up our First Mile, we're going to two reports we're going to print from this one. So once you click file, this is where we get all our background credit card information. If we have to go in and see a specific transaction, say something declined, or we're having to give a refund or void a transaction, this is where this box will become familiar to you over time. But right now we're just looking for the reports we need to print at the end of the day. So we go right into reporting, and reporting will have, if you're trying to search a specific transaction, but we're looking for our two reports. We're going to do our end of day report. And I can't do today. Normally it'll default to today and you're doing this daily, but I'm making this video on a Sunday. So I'm going to have to go over and select my date, which if something happens and you have to do it a different day, that's just what you do, whatever day you're trying to close out. So we're looking for the 15th. All right. Now, this is just going to give me a little summary report, and we're going to print that one as well. All right. So we print that. But these numbers should be lining up with what your protractor is telling you. Obviously, it shows you a little bit of a breakdown here, and you got your totals. So that one's good for that. We got that report printed. Now we go back in and we go back to our reporting and we do our transaction. Again, I'm having to go back and select the 15th. We get our day right here. Now this is going to give us like kind of a full like transaction by transaction, so we can go over it, compare notes. If there is anything we had issue with or we have any problems, we can just make some comparisons if we need to. But again, all these numbers are going to match up to the final number of the day. This one is just going to be part of what we take a photo of, just to have it in there. Obviously, you're not getting a specific total here or anything like that, but it's just good to have in our photo just to show. So we're going to print this one as well. All right, let me grab these off the printer. And that is just that. We've got the first one we looked at that we talked about, showing us just our thing here. Let me go ahead and unshare my screen real quick. Let's see here. That. Stop share. All right. So we got our first report. Try to get the glare off of that, which was one we printed that just gives our basic total at the top and gives us our quick breakdown. Then we got our more extensive report that shows, each transaction being done individually. And those were the two we printed. So like we said, we just want that to be in our photos. Again, information we're double checking, making sure Protractor jives with all that, making sure everything makes sense in there. So I hope that makes sense for you guys. Any other questions, obviously you can reach out to me. we can figure that out together. But that's just the final step of the reports that we need to show at the end of the day. Once we have our deposit made up, we got our protractor reports, we got these reports out of First Mile. That's going to be everything that we do our best to take. Might have to take 1 or 2 photos to submit for the end of the day, but whatever we can do to get all those different papers in the screenshot so we can submit for the end of the day. Thanks a lot.